Welcome to more Gran Turismo Sport Closed Beta Specialtatin. Today we have some N300 cars around Willow Springs, Big Willow, and I'm in the Audi TT. Most others for this one used a Mitsubishi Lancer, but since the Lancer got nerfed, I'm actually faster in the TT. I don't really know 100% why, because most others are faster in the Lancer, but nonetheless, I'm faster in the TT. But even with the Lancer being nerfed, the Lancer is better off the line, so I am still going to have to catch up to first. But I did qualify faster than first, so that might be doable. Though first is a driver I've raced with quite a bit, so I think from where we do know each other and race with each other, I think this will end up being a good race, no matter how fast either of us are. I think we are pretty close to equally as fast, so I think whoever ends up in the lead at the end, nonetheless, there should be a good race getting there. And it is a good race getting there for now, though, because I'm in second, pretty big close to first. And we are already starting to kind of get a gap on third on back. Third ain't too far back there, but I think I'm closer to first than third is to me. But not actually that close, because third got a heck of a heap of a run out of that turn, though. I think this might end up actually being a three-car battle. I kind of stand corrected on that. Third got a really good run there, so I have to watch out for that. I used to be kind of leery of the more cars battling, the worse it is, because the more cars battling, the slower the battle is, and then it ends up being even more cars, and it's a snowball effect. But the more I race in this game, it seems like the better the actual pack racing gets, and the more comfortable I am doing it. I don't want to say this downright, but I think this game has more potential to be a better, not necessarily a better, overall racing experience. With GT6, you could have, leagues and all that to have a really good racing experience. But I think this game might be the best one yet for racing with new people who can actually create a good racing experience. Like, when you're in leagues, it's pretty much with the same people, so therefore the racing will be good, because you're used to racing with those people. But, in this race, I've raced with first some, but there's quite a few other drivers in this race who I've never raced with. So, despite first and I racing with each other quite a bit, there's still that nuance of seeing who else might end up getting to the front as well. So, yeah, I think that's a good PD logic there. The getting the balance of power correct on who you're racing with. It's still not perfect, but it is pretty cotton picking good. The racing is still good. It's weird, though. I guess that's just sort of talent level on different tracks. I can go to one track, say Nürburgring, and finish 10th, but then I can go to another track and win a race by 4 seconds. So it's I guess different drivers have different areas where they excel in, but from what I can tell, I can't really think of any one thing to improve it, even though it ain't necessarily perfect. If y'all have ways that y'all think of improving it, I guess where this is a beta, this would be the best time to voice y'all's opinion, but for the most part, this seems to be pretty accurate. Now, I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna do a PD logic later, but it won't necessarily be the racing logic, because as y'all can see there, this racing's pretty cotton-picking good, clean, and fast, because this is good racing, close racing, clean racing, and it is for the lead, and it's a three-car battle. You can't really ask for much more there, and it definitely is a three-car battle there, because that third car is right there, and now it's actually up to second. I think I might actually gave that car a little bit more room than I really needed to there, but actually he's giving me pretty much about that much room back, which I really wasn't expecting there. If I would have actually known he was going to give that much room, I would have been a bit more aggressive there. Jiminy Cricket, I was actually a bit overly nice there. I think that's... I don't think I ever would have actually saw the day where I gave, or didn't take all the room I was given. That's a completely different end of the spectrum than I'm used to. So, yeah, I guess I need to learn from that and remember to push for all the room you're given, just not more room than you're given. Because there I pushed actually less room than I was given. And, well, I ended up in third because this is the last lap. But, well, 2020 being hindsight or whatever, and the words being around mixed and all that, now at least I know that I need to push as hard as I'm given. And I'm sure I'll use that in future races because, well, now that I know I'm pretty much racing with the aliens now, I'm going to need to learn as much stuff as I can, as fast as I can, and I'm sure that is one lesson that I'll definitely need to take to heart. So, well, despite getting past there at the end, that was still a pretty cop-picking good race, yet again, for Gran Turismo Sport Closed Beta, which has a heck of a heap of good races. And, well, there's a heck of a heap of a good race, and there's a heck of a heap of more good races to come for Gran Turismo Sport Closed Beta Specialtatin. Yeehaw!